Hello everybody, this is Rob, and I'm here yet again. This is actually volume 5 of my series, Anatomy of a Mix. And today we're going to be looking at the vocals. There's only a single vocal take, a single comped vocal track on this particular song. And I'm going to be taking a look at that and just setting, just the boundaries of how I'll set it up in order to get it sitting pretty in the mix. Once again, the name of the band is The Few. The song is called The Reason Why, and we are working in Steinberg Nuendo's version 10.3. And I hope you enjoy. Okay, so we start out here. Let's see what we got. Solo the vocal.
When it's darkest, only real men see stars in the skies. You replace all the truths with your lies.
Okay, it looks pretty straightforward. Actually, I could tell from the file name that it was recorded with a Shure SM7 through a 1073 into 1176. So a very solid vocal chain. Sounds pretty good. First thing I'm going to do actually is what I always do. Go to my favorite from Universal Audio, the Teltronics LA2A. Here we go. And I never hit these very hard on vocals. Probably about a 3 dB gain reduction max. Let's see what I got here.
When it's darkest, only real men see stars in the skies. You replace all the truths with your lies.
And then raise the gain up.
You're faking your pain to get high, but you get by.
So I'm hearing some slight tuning issues and so on with it. So special to Nuendo and Cubase, the latest versions and so on, they all have the Vari audio in the editor, in the sample editor. So I just double click on the vocal and then I'll hit Vari audio and hit edit Vari audio. It will process and find the pitch of the individual notes on the track and see what we're dealing with here. I know that this particular track is in C sharp minor, so we could look at what's in C sharp and start like anchoring some of those tones here. Let's see. All the stuff in green here is C sharp, so I'll just kind of lasso those and straighten out the pitch. I'm going to leave the curve kind of wobbly there because it allows more of a natural feel on the vocals. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Take some of these other pitches and maybe straighten them out a little bit.
You're faking your pain to get high, but you get by.
Yeah, just kind of locking down the root notes and so on makes it feel a little bit smoother to me pitch-wise. So I'll just go through and kind of lock down the C sharps anyhow. So I don't want to do too much. I don't want to, suck all the life out of the vocal performance because some of the variables will make it feel, much cooler. But straightening out just some of the bass pitches.
Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah.
And this is just a quick thing too. I'll go back and make sure that it's right and probably undo some of these moves that I do, quantizing the pitch on some of this stuff, because very possible it's not getting it right. But I just want to get it in the ballpark here before I start processing the vocal much further with compressors and different effects and delays and whatnot.
Faking your pain to get high, but you get by.
It still sounds really natural. It doesn't have those artifacts that you hear often with some of the other tuning softwares, Antares and Melodyne and so on. But they're all really, really good now too. But the one that's actually built into the Nuendo sample editor here, pretty solid. I like it a lot. It doesn't bother me, the sound that it creates. by tweaking out these vocal notes.
Only real men see stars. You replace all the truth with the lies. You're faking your pain to get high, but you get behind.
So I already put the Teltronics LA2A on the single mono vocal track. But what I'm going to do now is actually add a group track to this, and I'm going to make it a stereo track so I could add stereo effects to it, stereo group track effects, and a shit ton more compression actually to get it to pop and sparkle.
Make me your savior, make me the light that shines.
So first thing up, a second Teltronics LA2A.
Prophet and make me the reason why. Yeah.
Well, I really screwed the pooch on that pitch. That should definitely be an F sharp, not a G.
Reason why. Yeah.
Like I said, I will have to go back through and do this again. But now it's just about getting a level set and so I could hear it with the tracks and see about how I'm going to balance these out overall.
When your heart breaks, only you can see pain in their eyes.
Next up, I think I will do a distortion, actually a saturation. The Melda collection of plugins is just absolutely great. I use it on everything. So Melda multi-band saturator. And what I'm going to do is just set up a 3-band here.
Make me a promise and don't make me wonder why.
Seems that somebody had already done some pitch correction on here. It's funny, they did pitch correction, but they didn't correct the pitch.
Make me a promise and don't make me wonder why. Make me your savior.
All of the artifacts, none of the correction. Anyhow, back to where I was. I was doing my Melda suite of plugins, the multi-band saturator on the vocal track.
Savior and make me the light that shines, yeah.
So you can hear it bypass.
Make me your prophet and make me the reason why, yeah.
So it just adds that nice little sparkly sizzle on the top end, and I added a little bit of low end distortion on it too to add a little bit more girth to his voice to thicken it up on the bottom. Next up, another compressor. I use the C6 multiband, and I start with just the male vocal. I think this is the one. Yeah, the lead A.
When it's darkest, only real men see stars in the skies. Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah.
So there it is. I have now 3 compressors and a saturator on this vocal take, which may seem excessive, but check it out. So here's with the inserts in.
Make me your prophet and make me the reason why, yeah.
And here's without.
Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah.
Out.
Make me your prophet and make me the reason why.
So you can tell that it actually puts the vocal like way more up in your face, and the saturator actually just gives it that little bit of sparkle. So next up, I'd say probably a delay would be good. The Waves H delay is always a nice kind of grimy delay plug-in. It definitely adds a little bit of noise, but I like it. And the BPM is already set. We'll just turn the mix way down and let's set it to a half note with a little bit of feedback here. I'm going to just probably do the smart thing and loop a section of this chorus. So Alt P.
Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah. Make me your prophet
and on the back side, my next insert on the vocal group is going to be a reverb. So many really great ones to choose from. I'm going to stick with my friends at Waves, the R-verb. There's some decent presets. I think Ross Hogarth, who is an amazing engineer, recording and mix engineer, and somewhat of a friend. I wouldn't say we're friends, we're acquaintances. He's a good guy. I like him a lot. I respect him a lot. This is Ross's vocal preset here, Ross Hogarth, and I'm just going to turn it way down. It's at 8% wet dry.
Make me the reason why, yeah. Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah.
Turn it back down to a quarter note delay.
Make me your prophet and make me the reason why, yeah.
Next up, now that I have that all kind of dialed together, I start adding some send effects that I'll be using on multiple instruments, but mostly the vocal stuff. Add an effects track, Mondo Mod, which is a chorusing plugin from Waves. Next up, going to add another delay, Echo Farm from my friends at Line 6. Very, very happening plug-in here. I'm going to show you that I'm going to do a couple of things on the back end of that delay too. Add another effects track and let's stereo delay. Okay. Mondo Mod. I like a preset in here called Stereo Et, and I make it a 50-50 wet to dry mix. So there's a little bit of original signal. I don't make it 100% because it gets weird. There's a weird thing that happens when you do these send effects to 100% on this chorus. I don't know why, but at 50% it's fine, and it kind of works almost like a parallel channel. And roll off the low end on this particular thing on Echo Farm. Once again, another fantastic plugin from Line 6. We're at 96 beats per minute. We're going to do a quarter note. We're going to turn the drive up, the repeats down, the mix all the way up on this. Cut back on the wow and flutter, keep the drive up. And then I'm going to do a band pass, also from Melda Productions, Melda Audio. This band pass filter, set the high pass and low pass filter to notch it out. Get something pretty specific here. So let's solo this vocal and start sending to some of these send effects. Mondo Mod, some of the EMT 140 plate reverb from Universal Audio, and Echo Farm with the band pass on the back. So let's see what we're dealing with here.
Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah. Make me your prophet and make me the reason why, yeah.
I'm going to throw a Teltronics LA2A on the back end of the Echo Farm with the band pass and just crank it up to get some
reason why.
So that creates a pretty cool effect.
Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah. Make me your prophet and make me the reason why, yeah.
I like it. I like it. So another thing here, being that there's only one track, one vocal track, I guess they never had a chance to do backup vocals on this stuff. They ran short on their production or the studio time, and then COVID-19, worldwide pandemic, come into your town, shuts down your production, and you decide to just go ahead and mix the record without it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat it. There's several cool ways to do this in Nuendo, where you can just create a chord track and then create the harmonies for it. But I've actually become kind of partial to the Nektar from Izotope. Okay, so Nektar is from, as I said, Izotope. Very happening plugin. They make really, really great stuff. Really, really great stuff. I'm actually in the market. I may get. I've been doing a lot of post work, and I'm gonna maybe get that the RX to do the audio cleaning of dialogue tracks and stuff. It looks really incredible. Okay, so I'm gonna cut out the EQ and the compressor. Now I'm just looking at the pitch. Like I said, the song is in C sharp minor, so we can start there, and then I'm going to add the harmony part of the Nektar plugin, and you see that it has like your main voice here, and then it has options here. They're both at unisons right now, and they're kind of spread out left and right, and the closer you get to the top is more of a gain situation. So I want to make it, since I have it as a send effect, I'm going to make it voices only, and then I'm going to go down a fourth on both of these and see what that sounds like. Do a left and right, down a fourth. Maybe push them a little farther out to the left and right, and then I'm going to filter off some of the high end here and send it at unity to the Nektar and see what we're getting.
Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah.
Not bad. It may sound a little odd.
Make me
soloed
your
out,
savior and make me the light that shines, yeah. Make me your prophet and make me the reason why, yeah.
I can work with that. It's a good way to fake some tracks in, and even I may, do the midnight thing where I go in and re-sing some of these parts myself. Maybe that will be an episode of Anatomy of a Mix where somebody else sings your backup vocals in your band. No.
Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah. Make me your prophet and make me the reason why, yeah.
Okay, so let's just recap. We did a little bit of tuning. I have to go back in and do some get really medieval and tune this stuff up. Then we just did shit tons of compression. We have on our group channel, we have the LA2A, Teltronics LA2A. We have Melda Audio's MB Saturator, the multi-band saturator, with both the high frequency and a little bit of low frequency, and then a little bit of harmonic distortion put on that. The Waves C6, the Waves H delay with a quarter note delay on it, and the Waves Renaissance verb, the R verb, with Ross Hogarth's vocal patch just turned way, way down in the wet dry mix. And then we have the send effects, Waves Mondo Mod, Echo Farm, followed up with the Melda Audio bandpass going also into another Teletronics LA2A from Universal Audio. Then lastly, we have the Nektar from Izotope. And what I've done is just thrown, in C sharp minor, I've gone down a fourth and the left and right, and then I've done up a third harmony on the lead vocal, because that's all there is, a lead vocal. So,
Make me your savior and make me the light that shines, yeah.
So that's with everything. Let's shut off the sends.
Make me your savior and make me the light that shines.
And shut off the insert.
Yeah. Make me your prophet and make me the reason why. Yeah.
Once again, the 80-20 principle, where 80% of the mix is just coming in 20% of the moves. We're moving really quick. We did obviously drums with some samples, some drum sample additions, and then, you know, the bass, the guitars, reamping the guitars, and here we are with the vocals.
Make me your prophet and make me the reason why. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Once again, the name of the band is The Few. The song is The Reason Why. Now you know why it's called The Reason Why after listening to the hook. And I hope that some of this information is useful to you and you gain something from it. And I look forward to the bunch of shitty comments from the people that don't like it or don't like what I did, because that stuff's fun too. I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for episode 6. Take care. Be safe out there.